During the Second Anglo-Dutch War, 1664 and 1665, the British defeated the Dutch. 1664 took over Cape Coast Castle. Therefore, the attention of the British shifted to Cape Coast Castle. So Fort Charles deteriorated, whereby in 1751 France made an attempt to rebuild Fort Charles. But you know, the English had a wind of it. They came back. It turned into a 2-year civil war between the British and the France. And it is usually said that Obi Anyim Nedadado and San Wichiruman. So the townspeople, because they already know the British, they helped the British to defeat the France. So finally, the British had the chance to construct a new fort, which turned out to be Fort William. And it was built during the height of the slave trade, even when the slave trade was in its highest apogee. That was 1753. So the fort is almost 271 years ago when it was built. Yeah, but this one was built purposely for the slave trade. You see, the difference between Elmina and Cape Coast and here was that Elmina was for the gold, purposely for 130 years during the time of the Portuguese. The Portuguese shipped the gold for 130 years. From 1482 up to 1612, the Portuguese were the only strongest European nation, shipping quantities of gold from the Gold Coast to Europe before the advent of the slave trade. And with the slave trade, Cape Coast Castle became the headquarters of the British slaving enterprise. But with Fort William, it was purposely built for the slave trade. It was used to buy slaves for 112 years. The fort alone shipped almost about 280,000 within that period. So within that period, Anomabu became the leading slave supply center on the Gold Coast, supplying almost about 464,000. Cape Coast supplied 381 and Elmina supplied 255. So in the 1800s, Fort William with Anomabu became the leading supply slave center on the Gold Coast. We will say, unfortunately, presently we don't hear much about Fort William, because when they stopped to buy the slaves, some of the forts were used for other purposes, and this one was turned into a prison. That was from 1962 up to 2000 for 38 years when the fort was a prison. The whole town, visitors were not allowed to come here. No tourists, no historians, nobody was allowed to visit the fort. That is why the emphasis shifted to Cape Coast and Elmina. But with the slave history, it was Anomabu. Anomabu was the leading supply slave center. And because it was nearer to Asin Manson, merchants felt it easier bringing their slaves here today than Cape Coast.
Tekwashi, who brought cocoa to Ghana, passed through this castle to Fananapo, and also came back through this castle to his hometown. So when he was bringing the seeds, he planted some of the here. These are pots. Oh, okay. The one pot there, the other pot. So the first cocoa seed was planted here before taken to Asante Mampo. Wow. Yes.